Hi, class. Welcome to CWV 101. I'm Dr. Debbie Fulthorpe, and I'm going to be your instructor for the next 7 weeks. I'm an associate professor, full-time online at GCU, and I'm excited that you've joined this course because it is a fun class. If you're hesitant to take this class because you feel like you don't understand the Christian worldview at this point, or you don't know how to use the Bible, please let me just assure you that, first of all, I don't grade on your beliefs. I grade on the quality of your work. And secondly, students of all different worldviews have done really well in this class. I've had many students share that this class helped them communicate more effectively with others in their families, communities, and their workplaces. This video is going to give you a small tour of the class, some tools for success, and point you in the right direction. Part 1 is the tools for success. Let's start with the announcements. Announcements are too often forgotten, so religiously read the announcements. Over on the left-hand side of your Halo screen is where you're going to click to see your announcements. This is an open announcement. It is a screenshot of an open announcement, and it includes a space at the bottom for you to acknowledge that you've read it and completed it. This is very helpful so that I can know who has read the announcements and who hasn't, so I can help you best. So please check them out frequently because I post a lot of things there to help you. For example, be sure this week to read the announcement, Critical Things to Do the First Week of CWV. This will orient you to my Padlet Map, to the welcome video. So first you are going to see highlighted in yellow the Padlet Map. This is a website or app. It's going to orient you to my class policies, to your video tutorials, assignment, tips and tools, and any questions that you might have. What I do is I put a lot of the different questions that I've received over the years in the Padlet, and we'll discuss this momentarily. But finally, when you go into this announcement, you're going to need to review all of these, watch this welcome video, which is what you're doing now, download the citation tool, the cheat sheet, and then register for a library webinar and earn participation by replying to this video in the Critical Things to Do the First Week of CWV discussion thread. This is posted in the discussion forums tab for week 1. All right, let's look at number 2, the Padlet Map. When you click on the Padlet website link for class policies and resources, or just the CWV Padlet Map, you're going to come to this website, and it will give you everything that you need to know as far as policies and instructions. You can see the pre-assessment, weekly reminder. When you scroll to the right, you're going to see the assignment pointers. Again, these are things that I've noticed over the years that students tend to frequently error in. To try to help you avoid those pitfalls and do really well, this is what I have done to include all of those extra tips. Week to week, you're going to find these assignment pointers, and you're going to find them also posted in each topic's resources, so you can scroll down and see that the link's going to be there. It is in the class resources, and it is also in this announcement. So you are going to have access to that. It's great to bookmark it. So then finally, as far as tools for success, when you see the little bubble here, the yellow bubble with a number in it, please be sure to always reply to those messages as quickly as you see them. Let's move right along to number 3, posting. For DQ posts, that's the discussion question. You have those 2 weekly. Keep it 125 to 200 words. Try to keep it limited to that. If there are more than one question included in the DQ, then you need to answer each part in a separate paragraph. This keeps it clear, focused, and it's good practice for concise academic writing. I'm not looking for perfection here. Please don't use outside tools to create responses for the answers. But finally, make sure your answers are very focused on the actual question or prompts from the DQ. Don't go off on a tangent, stay very focused, and follow these instructions. For participation, I encourage you to start posting on Monday. The earlier in the week, the better. The more deeper our conversation will be. This is also super helpful for your assignment. A good rule of thumb is to start early over the course of the week and make 8 substantive posts, and then you're going to spread them over 4 different days. And substantive is the key there. If you go back to the Padlet website about class policies, You're going to find instructions about what constitutes a substantive post and additional questions. One other thing as far as posting, I'm going to post extra questions for you inside and outside the DQ that will help you earn weekly participation credit. So click on this tab, the discussion forum. For example, you're finding these there this week. Next week, it will be the Topic 2 Fun Quiz. Every week, I'm going to have 2 things posted there for you to earn participation credit. So please be sure to go to that icon, and instead of only going to the DQ links in your calendar, and click on that. Number 4, instructions. Be sure to read the instructions that I post in the announcements. Be sure to read the instructions that are included in the syllabus or the topic section of Halo. Review your rubric before you start on the topic assignment. Every assignment in the class either includes a worksheet or a template. Every one of them, you can always go to the Padlet website with further assignment instructions or questions. For citations and references, I've attached to both Padlet sites and to the CWV Critical Things to Do the first week of CWV. Only use the sources that you have in the classroom or through GCU Library. I do expect you to cite all the way through class and APA formatting, because I have provided those instructions for you, and all you have to do is follow those. And if you have questions, ask me. I also have a video series where I go over APA formatting extensively. I call it the extended version of APA formatting. I tried to break them down to smaller videos, but there were so many things that I felt necessary to cover in each of the videos to help you. You can find those in the CWV FAQs. You can find them in the Padlet Map. So check those out. Finally, be sure to always read my feedback and comments and review your rubric when I send it back. At times, I will include short flip videos to go over them with you that have examples of best practices to strengthen your grade in those areas that you might need it. I attach screenshots and PDFs as well, so that will help you strengthen your work for next time. So let's finally talk about LopesWrite, reading and only using LopesWrite. Now, when you submit an assignment, submit it to LopesWrite. You have to click 2 times to submit. So don't click the final submit button unless you have seen the LopesWrite report. Wait for your LopesWrite report, and then don't just look at your numbers. You need to actually open the report, and you're going to be looking for a few different things. Number 1, looking at this screenshot of a LopesWrite report, the yellow circle at top is the similarity score. For a worksheet assignment, that number is going to be higher because it will highlight all the worksheet questions. So if it is just the worksheet questions and it's a little bit higher, you can ignore the score, but I wouldn't ignore it entirely. Just make sure that you are doing all the things that you need to be doing. In topic 5, the essay should be pretty close to 0 because there isn't really a template except for the help aid template that I give you. Next to that, circled in blue, is the percentage of quoted text in a paper. And this is critical in academic writing. No more than 20% of a paper can be directly quoted. And the lower, the better. Summarize the content instead of directly quoting it. Summarize it. Don't quote it directly. Only use a direct quote if it's absolutely necessary. If it's really technical, poetic, and short, and in that case, make sure that you put quotation marks at both the beginning and end of the quote. You have to, if you're using 3 or more words from a source, you have to put quotation marks. When you are looking at a LopesWrite report, you should never, ever see what you see here. This is a sign that the content came from somewhere else. It is not the student's original writing. If I open the paper and see that there are many blue underlines, I will not accept it. Never ever submit a paper if you see blue underlines like this. So go in and summarize the material, fix it, make sure everything is cited properly. Anything that came from a source, whether you're using their ideas or their words, it needs to be cited with a citation and a reference, and do not go outside of Halo's resources or GCU's library to find a citation or reference. Finally, over to the right, you see a green square around the pencil icon. This is a grammar tool. This will help you do better with your grammar. This is better to use than Grammarly because it is not connected with AI currently. So please follow those directions. If it says you can fix it, go in and fix it before you ever submit. The blue squares on the right, I'm not sure how much you can see, tells me where the content underlined in blue comes from. I will only accept LopesWrite as a grammar and spelling edit and writing tool. I will not accept anything else. So this is an easy way to look at your spelling and your grammar. Okay, so finally, please reply here. 5 different things that you're going to reply in the discussion forum. Here, that you will read the announcements, that you will bookmark the Padlet map, that you will post and you understand the word requirement for DQs and substantive replies, that you will follow the instructions and read them carefully, and that you will only use LopesWrite for your editing material, and you know how to use LopesWrite. So we're out of time. It's great to have you. I will see you in the discussion forum.